I'm Miranda Calhoun. I'm the Collection Services Manager at Aurora Public Library District. I've been here at Aurora for about a year, but in total, I've worked in libraries for over 15 years.
I'm Lee Maurer. I work in collection services. I'm considered a selection specialist, and what that means is I order our adult collections that are in English. We have someone else who does our Spanish and world language. We have someone else who does children's, and someone who does teens.
For the teen collections, which is what I purchased for, how I decide what books we are going to get is I will pay attention to a lot of the review journals that come out that list upcoming titles. If it is an author I know has been popular in the past, I will make sure to purchase that for our collection.
We work with a couple of very large vendors, kind of like Amazon, except that they're specifically for libraries and bookstores. They send us a lot of lists and carts of books, kind of like you put a cart together in Amazon. They will send us all sorts of, here's all the popular stuff that's coming out.
Some of the less mainstream review sources that I will check are blogs and websites, like We Need Diverse Books is one that they tend to look at younger materials, but it's all looking at it from a diversity angle, which I feel is really important because Aurora is such a diverse community.
I also have a couple of sources that I like to look at. There's a blog called Early Word, which has a lot of good reviews, a lot of good systems in it. And then for the actual selection of the books and movies, I would love to say that I just go through and pick everything and go, oh, this sounds fun, this sounds fun. But what comes into it is a lot of data analysis, trying to figure out what circulated before. Sometimes authors that were very popular a few years ago aren't as much, or an author who maybe we hadn't really heard about comes out with something huge. Colleen Hoover is a very good example of that. I mean, she's been around for a long time. Suddenly, she becomes more popular, so we purchase more copies of that to meet our demand. We actually have a very nice tool called Collection HQ, which works with us. And we can look in and actually see what people are interested based on specific topics and subjects. In terms of, I can see, how many copies of books about mental health issues have checked out. Have they been very popular at EOLA? Have they been more popular at Santori? We can actually look at that information branch by branch. Another piece that helps us is any census data that we have that tells us, the community makeup and where things have changed and where people are living. Plus, we try and do surveys every once in a while where we will actually ask, what are you interested in? What do you want? What do you want to see? And I think that is extremely helpful. Any input we can get directly from the community. We like to hear that. We like to see that, and definitely take it into consideration as we're making purchases.
We just purchased some ebooks in Greek because we didn't have any, and that was a request that we got from a patron. They wanted books in Greek, so we were able to fill that request. So we try to be really responsive to what people are asking for and what people are looking for. I get a lot of my ideas for those collections by visiting other libraries and seeing what they are circulating. And again, this is something that we try to be responsive to what people are requesting. So if another staff member comes up and says, we had this program about sewing and a lot of people are interested, can we get some more sewing supplies to circulate? We would certainly look into that.
The collection suggestion form is probably the best way to get us information about any print books or DVD titles you want. and Blu-ray, and games, anything like that.
We do have a form where people can fill it out and request that we purchase certain titles. I have had this question in the past from customers, but you can leave any of the fields on that form blank. Really nothing is required. I was talking to one person who said they didn't fill out the form because they didn't know the ISBN. It's actually not required. Title, author, and what format, that's what we need to know in order to purchase it. We'll be able to figure out the ISBN. We also have a local author collection where if anyone who lives in the area in Illinois would like their book that they've written to be a part of the collection, they can fill out the form and donate a copy of their book to our collection, and it can be added. There's also a new-ish feature for the Libby app, where if you search a title and we don't own it, there's the option to click a little button that says notify me. And what that will do is it lets us know that there is interest in this title, and you will be notified if we do end up purchasing that.
The other thing you can do is on Overdrive, sometimes you'll see that that there's a title, but it says 0 quantity. It just means that we lease those books essentially. We get them for a year or two, and then they kind of come out of go out of our system. But if you see something and there is 0 quantity listed, you can always place a hold on it, because we also get lists of items that people have placed on hold. And I will look for, there's 5 holds on this book and we don't have any. Let me repurchase it.
The displays that we have out on the floor when people are walking in, whether they're by topic or I've seen ones that are like they all have a red cover or something like that. So the displays are really creative, and I think that's a really fun way to learn about new things.
Personalized book match, where people can actually, write in, and they'll have the library staff, gear lists specifically towards them. But 2 of the ones that I really like, and they're good for recommendations, and they're also good for finding out, like, what's the next book in the series? Am I reading these in the correct order? Fantastic Fiction is literally, you can go in, look up an author, it tells you everything about them, tells you all the different series names, the books that come in that series. And then, they'll have a new page on the front. And there are different things that if you go further down, there will be, here are recommendations based on this author, and here are recommendations from this author, which I think is really interesting. So that's Fantastic Fiction. And the other one I'm going to throw out, it's mainly for mystery fans, mystery thriller fans, and we have a lot of those, but Stop You're Killing Me. It's all one word. And it is literally geared towards mystery fans, because you can look up mystery by the author, by the occupation, by the state that they live in. Some of them are geared towards cities. They have, all your favorites in terms of, here are cozy mysteries. Here are, ones that feature people who like dogs and cats. Here are ones that feature business owners, restaurant owners. It's a huge, huge, huge source for mystery and thriller lovers. I've been using that for a long time. The other thing that I really, I just want to emphasize is we are very interested in hearing what people are interested in. We want to hear from the community as to, what people are looking for, what can we add to our collections.